Hi, Emmy. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Thank you very much for taking the time to recording this today. It's a pleasure to have you. We've been working with you and your team at Network for the past 5 months now, I believe. And
Yep.
over the course of these 5 months, we have booked about 350 meetings, and we're averaging about 80 meetings per month right now. So it's a substantial amount of meetings that you were like dealing with here. But before we get into that, it'd be great if you could introduce yourself and network.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm Emmi Nordale. I head up the sales motion at Networked. We are a hosted community platform, so we help folks kind of combine the best parts of having a community, kind of the, interaction that people get on social media and kind of pair that with more privacy and more kind of business tools.
Yeah, what's super interesting about your solution also is that it's a trending topic, like having community-led growth has been something that's been obviously trending over the past few years, and the demand behind it is also growing. So it's super interesting for us to run the campaign. Speaking of the campaigns, could you describe your ICPs a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, like you said, community is definitely trending. So, anyone can use community, but we really try to kind of keep people into a handful of buckets. We work with content creators, podcasters, and we've got a lot of nonprofit customers, coaches, and then all the way kind of up the size scale to B2B companies and B2C companies using Network for their customer communities.
Yeah, it's also part of the reason why this campaign is so interesting to us is also because of the multiple ICP that you have. Like you're
Yeah.
saying, community can be used by pretty much anyone. Even just like any person could benefit from a community. And what's also interesting is that the use cases are different. And that's one of the reasons why we've been able to book that many meetings also is because we get to try different angles, and that
Mhm.
makes a very large addressable market for us.
Mhm.
That scale enables us to obviously go a bit further than usual and book, like I said, about 80 meetings per month, more or less. Speaking of these meetings, had you tried code before working with us?
A little bit, kind of before working with your team, we were heavily reliant on kind of personal and professional networks of the leadership team, as many referrals as we could get in the door from either advisors or kind of other friends of the company. We did do some outbound, but not even nearly at the scale that your team is helping us with.
Yeah, and so I know that you've been ramping up your own outbound and inbound lead process. But yeah, I remember the first discussion we had with Spencer, the CEO. He wanted us to book about 80 to 100 meetings per month, and now we're doing it. So it's super cool. I know we could do it, but I know it's gonna take a bit of time, and it only took about 2.5 months actually to get there. But it's also because your team is helping us a lot with the resources, the communication is great, so that helps, obviously. Speaking about the leads that we've been booking for you, do you have a feedback on the quality of these meetings?
Yeah, they're great. We are for a young company. I crunched some of our numbers recently, and we're squarely in industry standards for, response rates, which obviously you know very well, and also conversion rates. So you're getting us in front of the right people. A lot of times people who it's pretty top of mind. Like you mentioned earlier, we have the benefit of community kind of being a trending tool right now. So it is top of mind for a lot of people. And so it leads us to a lot of closed ones, which for kind of a young sales team, a young company is pretty impressive. And you guys are definitely a big part of that.
Thank you very much. But I know like it's like sometimes obviously like I get caught up in the numbers and stuff, but the end goal obviously is to get clients. So our goal is to get you the best, let's say the most qualified leads as possible, but then you're also doing an amazing job to convert them. So congrats for that as well, because it's the sale is actually on you. Like we help you get the meetings, but you're the one closing the deals.
Thank you.
And last question that I had for you is what's your feedback on the communication that we have between our team and your team?
Yeah, I mean, it's fantastic. I don't have a ton of experience working with kind of agencies like yourself, but you've definitely set the standard for what communication should be like. Anything from kind of talking about, potential no-shows or reschedules, helping get those back on the calendar in a really timely manner. Especially Giovanna, she's kind of my savior when it comes to getting those folks kind of back on the calendar as life events come up. And then also kind of as we notice trends or wins or anything that we're seeing on the sales side, it's great to be able to have that direct line of communication with you. I know you and I trade a lot of emails about this new messaging or this new market or
Yeah.
this new segment that we're working on. And sales moves quickly, so it's fantastic to have that really close feedback with you.
Yeah. I mean, communication is key. There is a direct correlation between communication and results. So, of course, it's
Yes.
super important, but it's also, like I was saying before, a great pleasure to work with you on a daily basis. I know Giovanna, our account manager, is also super grateful to be working with you, and we're all super happy. So, we hope it's going to be a long-lasting um, partnership. And yeah, we intend on doing our very best to get you as many leads as we can and as qualified as it can be.
Wonderful. Yeah, I look forward to it.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Amy. It was great speaking with you, and well, we'll speak soon.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you.
See you.
Bye.